So if you're here, you're here. If you're not, you're not. You're either subscribed or you're not. I was supposed to be on a live stream. I got my times wrong. The time is for later today, and I cannot make it later today, so I tried to hop on an earlier live stream. Not gonna make it, you guys. So I thought, well, I haven't done a vertical live in a long time, like just a straight vertical live onto YouTube. So this is not pushing out to X. This is only pushing onto my YouTube, on my vertical live. No horizontal. Peace of my mind, if you come in here, there is no horizontal. I felt like running a live stream, taking a look at the markets. Hello, Crypto Priest. How are you? Welcome. Great to see you in here. Great to see you in here. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. I am prepping for my day today. I have kind of a busy, hectic day. And I committed to a live stream earlier, not realizing how late it was in the day, my Pacific Standard Time, because I received the email at 4:45 this morning. So I read it and I'm like, yeah, I'll be there. No, I won't be there. No, I won't be there. So, but instead, I'm taking a look at the charts now and I'm running a vertical live. I'm not doing it on StreamYard. Just trying to see if this is still gonna pump out to as many people as it used to, because initially when I would be running one of these, like 2 minutes in, it would push out to a lot of like new people on YouTube. I don't know if YouTube's still running the algorithm like that. So yeah, thanks for asking about my Thanksgiving. Yesterday was kind of a low key day. I had, I made a huge spread though. I didn't cook the honey baked ham because it was already cooked, but I heated up the honey baked ham, and then I did like a spin on yam as a baked potato, and that was like a Wendy O recipe that she posted. She's posted a picture of this yam, and I was like, I want to try that. And that was probably my favorite part of the dish yesterday. But I got up early and I baked cupcakes from scratch, and then had like pumpkin pie, and I did a pasta salad. But my whole extended family, we all get together today. So I was up super early this morning, went to my brother's house. We have like the deep fryer going over there. And we're deep frying. I think there's 20 chickens and some turkey. So it's a lot of frying birds this morning. So I need to run the live stream early, but I have to go by the store, and there's a couple places I need to go today. And I'm like, just run a quick vertical live. So yeah, yesterday I did my first ever live stream with Mario Nafal, and it was from his account. He was not on the stream, but there were some other people on the stream, and that went really well. I was happy with how that went. The layout was good. I feel like it was good exposure for me. I tried to connect my credentials here on YouTube and X. It was pushing through to X, but for some reason, YouTube never got it. You know what, Crypto Priest? I did get the winnings from GG. I did. You were the one that messaged me. Okay, so when you messaged me and told me that I won that, I was like, is this true? And then like I kind of like went into the Discord, because I wasn't even in GG's Discord. So I joined GG's Discord, and I saw that she had my name tagged, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. So I liked it. And then I liked it. She didn't nobody asked for my wallet or anything. So I was just like, well, we'll just see what happens. And then like a day later, she was in my DMs. Hey, let me know what your wallet address is. So I sent her my wallet address, and yeah, I got $500 from that. I was so happy. Like, with the way that the market's been right now, like things have been down low, and like I didn't expect the market to play out the way it was. And so this year I took like a couple of trips with my kids. We went to Hawaii, and Hawaii ended up being like a lot more expensive than I thought it would be, but I flew my kids to Hawaii and we had a great family vacation. And then my daughter just turned 16, and my son just had a birthday, plus the holidays are coming. So like with the market being down, I've been feeling a little sad about how things are going. And so just winning that money made me so happy. And then I had another trade that I went into, and like, let me tell you, my Solana wallet I say that I've blown it up, but I've blown it up like intentionally a couple of times. So like one time I took like half of out of my Solana wallet and moved it over to Bitcoin. And then when I did that, like the market went down and my Solana wallet was at like nothing. And then I had like one soul left in it and I ran that up to 10 soul again. And then I used some of that money to help pay for like our trip to Hawaii. And so, yeah, there's just been like times that I've blown up my Solana wallet. So it's funny because now I go in there and like I've got money in Solana again. Like it makes me so happy because like that's why I love doing crypto. Like that's what makes me stay here is like you can be down to like nothing and you can just do a couple of good trades and you are just back and in it to win it. And so, yeah, thank you very much because you made my day. I went in there, I joined the Telegram, I messaged Gigi and I'm super thankful. I'm super thankful. Plus I have not messaged Gigi in a while. Last time I messaged her was like back in February and I guess she must have been like having people after her. And I was like, just keep your head up, and I was like kind of building her up. And the last message I had sent to her was like, like at the start of the year. It'd been like in February. So yeah, that was super cool. So yeah, just taking a look at things this morning. I was pushing really hard to try and get good sponsors. I guess I'll talk about it. There's only two of us here, so we will talk about what's been going on. So I've been working on some stuff outside of Web3, just because like I feel it is so saturated in Web3 and what I'm doing. And, before at the start of the year when I was doing live streaming, it seemed easy to go out and get sponsorships and I was doing live streaming and not a lot of people were doing live streaming. Now everybody's live streaming. So, there's no shortage of good people who, have a lot of experience and good things to say and value to give, so not to say that like, anyone has, I'm not more qualified than the next person. It's just, there's a lot of people out there that are doing this. And so can be discouraging because it's hard to get sponsorships. And a lot of companies are just doing their own podcasts now, which I don't blame them. They're like, we'll just use our own community members and we don't have to pay someone. Makes sense. But so I've not had a sponsor in a while and I'm careful about the sponsorships I take. I don't want a sponsorship to reflect negatively upon me. And that can happen. And so like, I just try really hard to be careful and just to not get discouraged, but I've been trying to branch out of Web3. And I think I finally am onto something. I had a conference call yesterday where I was telling my story to get like on a big stage to sort of pitch myself, pitch my brand, pitch my story, be in front of investors. And so anyway, they really loved my story. I have a Zoom call set up for next week on Wednesday. And on the Zoom call, we'll go over a little more about like setting me up to go down the next stages. But they're going to help me with my application process. They're going to help me with my speech and my delivery. And so it's something where like people who go here and they make an impact, they usually walk away with some sort of significant deal, whether it's like, licensing or a book deal or sponsorships or, so it's getting me in front of a lot of really big, key, influential people. And so plus the person that I'm working with is just a complete badass. Like she used to work for the Department of Defense and now she's a book author and now she's doing all these things and speaking on these stages. And so I've been communicating with her and she's just freaking phenomenal and I'm just super thankful. So this next year I'm like, I'm still going to continue in Web3. Web3 is it's my baby. It's where my heart is. It's, and I love Web3. Like I don't know that I'll ever go away, but the sentiment on X is not good. Like last bull market was so fun. Like if you were here last bull market, like it was just silly. We were all waking up and laughing and winning together. And this cycle has just been every man for himself, people flexing on each other. I'm better than you, you know, this team versus that team. And I can't do it anymore. Like it's just not who I am. But I'll continue to make content because I love what I do. I love what I do. I love being here every day. I love crypto. But you know, like we have Hotep Jesus at Goxty News Network. And Hotep has been on Joe Rogan's show, not once, but twice. And so I see the opportunities that he has because he's been on Joe Rogan. And there's just a certain like sense of like notoriety that you get when you get to certain points in, you know, certain podcasts, speaking on certain stages. You know, and I don't think that I don't know that I fully resonate with like who the crypto target audience is, because like when I really look at it, I kind of feel like target audience for crypto is like newcomers who don't know anything, who are willing to just blindly throw money into something. And so you get like a lot of these young kids who come in, don't have a whole lot of life experience, and they'll just, you know, throw whatever money they got for their birthday or maybe their, you know, college funds into crypto, and they make money that way. And so, you know, but my story, I feel just from all of the life that I've lived, the experience, all of what my story entails is so much more than crypto. And so, yeah, I think I'm ready to branch out and do more, get in front of some different people and maybe have my story resonate with more people. So yeah, you know, the change in sentiment in crypto, it doesn't, in crypto Twitter, just doesn't speak to me like it used to. Before it was community and it was very lighthearted and it was so fun. And just a lot of that's gone now. Like people want to just not be nice to each other, or they'll pretend to be nice to you and then their true colors end up showing. So, this year actually has probably been the year where, I've seen true colors in people more. Like, you know, I have always just, you know, seen people from afar, or I've always just accepted people as they are. But I've had people do malicious things to me this year. And so it kind of changes my perspective, you know. When I was working with a sponsor and the sponsors, somebody broke into my room while I was staying at the Airbnb. And then when I went public with the story, they threatened me, threatened my life, called my boss, tried to get me fired. Like, this is crazy. I didn't do anything wrong. I was literally there working on a job and somebody violated my personal space. So just having so much happen this year has really just changed, I think, the way that I'm going to look at how I'm tackling this next year. So, yeah, I think I will be more active. Of course, I've been more active on YouTube, but I will be probably a little less active on X in terms of like what I do there. And then I'm going to branch out, rebranding my Instagram. I've already kind of worked on doing Facebook, because Facebook is actually a lot more fun now. Like, I go on Facebook and I find myself laughing on Facebook. You know, some of the stuff on there is just stupid skits, but when you go down into these like little nooks and crannies, it is a lot more lighthearted than what X has become, because X is just very toxic at the moment. And so, yeah, so I'm going to work on this next year will be Instagram and Facebook. I'll probably integrate Rumble. I think that Rumble's working on a lot of great things. They just kind of align with me and who I am and what I represent. So yeah. And speaking of who I am and what I represent, I posted a joke a couple of weeks ago, and it, of course, they wanted to. I say they. A couple of women wanted to come out and attack me and make it out like I was a transphobe or that I was a certain way. And it's like, I'm not even a transphobe. I didn't even say anything about the fact that the person was transgender. Like, they made it about the fact that the person was transgender. But at the end of the day, is like, like a mob of angry women came at me, and some of them I thought were my friends. And I'm just like, wow. And then one of them even said, I saw a post from you a couple of weeks ago that said you were struggling, and now I can see that you deserve it. And I'm just like, wow, like, so we were friends. You saw I was struggling, you ignored it, and now you're attacking me over something that you're like reading out of context. And so, I'm not into those sort of games. I'm not into that. And so, yeah, I think probably the better place for me is going to be to just kind of branch out. I'll still push here to YouTube. YouTube's great. And I'm almost monetized here, guys. I'm almost monetized here. And I'm getting close on my subscriber count. So a whole almost 1,300 of you. And then, yeah, my watch hours are getting close. So I'm trying to do these, like, streams. I'm going to have to start getting my times up. So no one expects me usually at this time, 9:30 in the morning. Actually, let me see if I got a response back on that email. No, I did not, which is fine. Okay. Which is fine. These things happen. All right. Yeah, so looking at the market, Bitcoin, it's down a little bit right now, guys. We went all the way up to 92,000 and we are at 90,630. So we'll see what happens as we go into the weekend, but hopefully things continue up. And Crypto Priest, thank you so much again. Like, I sincerely, like, you made my day, Gigi made my day, everyone made my day on that, because I'm like, it came at a time where I really needed it. So it was good timing, so I appreciate it. So anyway, that's all I've got for right now, you guys. I'm done rambling. I'm gonna go join my family. Oh, and that's my low battery. So I'm gonna go join my family. We're gonna finish deep frying chickens and birds and celebrating our Thanksgiving. So I hope you guys all enjoy the rest of your day. And if you're new here, smash the subscribe. I usually go live every day at 1 o'clock Pacific time. And this show, as always, is brought to you by the Guckstein News Network. You guys stay